Hello, crafty friends. How's everybody doing? I see Alice and Irene and Diane and Simply Special.
What you got?
Okay. I bet we'll have some more here shortly. Today we're doing the demo with the what do they call these again? Interlace dies. And I'm just popping out the dies here so I can get a few of these pieces cut. So let's see. I've already pre-cut my words, and I'm using these Lisa Horton craft dies again. I'm really enjoying having these. I've used them on a lot of projects lately because they're right here and they're convenient, but they're also a really good size for card making. Not too big, but they still make kind of bold statements. So I'm liking them. Okay. All right, so let me get these trees going. And let's see. Also cutting the poinsettia background out of green, so I might as well pop this in there with it. I'll put this one up. Most of these dies have two pieces to them. They have a solid background, and then they have the foreground piece. Hi, Martha. Good to see you, friend. Okay, so that one. I also have a wreath to do. Who's that? Oh, Ashley. So, let's see. I think I'm going to have to do the wreath on this separate sheet, though. So I'm going to go ahead and put these on. I'll do the wreath on another piece. Not quite big enough. Get these going. Another piece of green here. I'm using this cardstock is from Hunkydory. It's the Matt-tastic Duo. In case you want to look for it, it's Matt, M-A-T-T 243. Okay. I need to cut.
Say hi to Pam.
Hi, Pam. Thank you. That long hair is not going to last, I tell you. I kept waking up with that long hair under me, and it was pinning me down. I couldn't move. Well, it's got to go. It's got to go. Okay.
Hi to Thelma.
Hi, Thelma. So today we're doing a demo of all 4 of the holiday interlace dies. When you go to cut this wreath, it's a little bit weird in that, well, wait a minute, no. If you want to have the center cut out of the wreath, which I think you do, you want to have the center in the same place on both the background and the foreground pieces. So I had a little bit of a challenge with that the first time. I just decided this time I was going to tape the heck out of it, with the right date, mind you, and position that so that ring is going to stay right where I want it in the middle. And then once I have that cut, then I'll cut my other base from it. So I need to actually cut 2 of these, and then I'm going to cut my then I'll cut my one with the interlace on it. So we've got our trees here. That should be all I need is a tree. Here's the background for the poinsettia. I got that one done. This post-it tape is very forgiving, and it usually doesn't pull up the paper, but it does pay attention to what you're doing, just in case. I forgot this one has to be cut out with the outer die too. So you're basically cutting 2 of some of these pieces to have the background and the foreground. And that looks pretty good. Cut that again. We'll have everything for a tree done. I got the red, and I'll have everything for the poinsettia done. Now we'll go ahead and start and cut the other 2 when we're ready for them. Hey, Sharma. Hey, Roberta. Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and put the red in to cut, and we'll have everything for 2 of our projects done. Then we'll do the other 2 when we need them. There's a leftover piece of red I'll use here. So most of these get cut out. Most of them actually, you cut out the interlace portion, and then you have to cut out the outer portion. And then you usually cut a second piece to back that. It depends on the dye, but with this poinsettia one, it actually backs against the green leaves, so I only need one of these. But again, this cut will have everything for 2 of them done. Just combed my hair here and shed off hairs everywhere. Cards are not important under the circumstances for our friend Mary. I'm sure you told her that. That is just not what she needs to be worrying about right now. Okay, we have this one set up, so I'll cut this one. And I'm going to remove my background from my wreath, which is what we just created. And I'm going to move this die over. Get it in place. And I'm going to add my interlace portion to this. Hopefully, trying not to move this too much. Okay. Oh, stop it. All that work I did to hold that in place, and then I moved it with the tape. And we'll see how it works out. If I have to trim a little, I will. Okay. Okay, that's done. Okay, I'm gonna wait and do the last one. Watching me die cut is a lot of fun, I'm sure. Okay, let's get ready to do our stuff here. I think we'll start with the tree. A little inking mat here that I like to use, and just to put a little bit of base color on the back of behind my tree. I'm just going to do a little bit of inking around this cardstock just to give it a hint of color so it's not totally white. So give it a nice soft cloudy blue background. Right. Okay, here are our two interlace pieces. You'll notice our cardstock is one. Here, come in closer, please.
Okay.
This is just the shadow. It goes in behind to fill in the spaces where we're moving things. And the interlace die has all these little slits, and there's a great picture. It's got all these little slits, and then it's got all of these little score marks already on it. So it's quite simple, really. We're going to start at the bottom. We're going to fold this interlace down. And we're going to tuck it in almost every section. In fact, I think every section has a place where you can tuck it in. So see where it's tucking right into the base of the tree there. So we're going to come up one space. We're going to fold the next one down right on those lines. I gotta tell you, this is so much better than doing this with a craft knife. I'm gonna fold this one down, and we're gonna tuck it under the one before it. We're going to fold this one down. Well, there isn't always a lot of tuck-in space. It doesn't hurt to use a scoring tool and unfold our scoring tool and actually score these lines in place. Grab the next one, pull it down. No, I've done it with a craft knife. And it's very satisfying when you see the results of your efforts, but it takes so long to do, even a small project. Do all the tracing, the cutting, They do turn out pretty though. Tuck it under, just continuing to work my way up. Tuck it under. I'm on my last one of the tree now. Bring it up. Score these a little extra. Okay, and then at the top, there's a star to fold back. Just for fun, I added a couple of pieces of paper behind my work. I'm going to take a tiny little piece of yellow and I'm going to glue it behind this store, or behind the star. Just a tiny little piece so that the star shows off a little more. I could use gold or something if I wanted, but the bright yellow will get the job done. So I'm going to take a little bit of glue here.
Hi, Sharma and Betty.
Hi, Sharma. Hi, Betty. Okay, so put a little bit of yellow behind the star. And then I'm going to put some cardstock also behind the base. So I'm just going to glue. You can tell I'm just rough cutting this because it's going to be covered up anyway. So no sense spending a lot of time doing this. But it will be a color other than green when I back it with my green. See how much more I need to cut off. So I'm just very rough cutting it. There we go. And now I have a base behind the back of my tree. I'll put a little glue here. Just hold that in place. Okay, now I'm going to take my backer piece. I'm going to glue these two together. So I should look at the two pieces separately. Doesn't that look kind of fun and pretty when you fold it? I could, if I wanted to. If I wanted to use my tree just like that, I could. But if I want it to look more like a tree, then I can cut an extra piece of the shadow and I can just glue the two pieces together. You can see how quick and easy this comes together. So we're going to go ahead. There we go. Then if you want to decorate your tree, you can easily do that. I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here to hold my star open. Won't take much, just a tiny tack of glue there. I'm going to use Happy Holidays with this, I think. Let's get some sticky specks for that. different words here.
Charma suggests some red dazzle balls.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice. The red dazzles. I used rhinestones on the last one, but I do have to confess the rhinestones kept trying to pop off because of the differences in height or in folding that. Red dazzle balls would be beautiful. There is no kit for today. It's just a demo. These are easy to find in the store. They're called Interlace. And actually, they were in Wednesday's newsletter. I had a link to them. Then you want the Matte-tastic Duotones paper pad. Oh, stop it. Don't be difficult. Oh. Be better to pull these up with tweezers with my fingers because I get the little sticky specks on my fingers then too.
Say hi to Glenn.
Hi, Glenn. Okay, glue our little tree on, and we're going to call it finished. I do think I'll hit it with a little more ink. It doesn't look very... My light background's almost too light against these other colors. If you happen to get up again, grab my glue bottle off the table, would you please? I used all my glue up last night finishing my outside of my album, my calendar for 2023. Be fun if you had little stickers of gifts or something to put a few little things around this. I'm going to go right over the top of those stickers or words I put down. Thank you. I like that with a little more ink on it. Okay, card number 1 is finished. There's our interlace. Okay, let's look at next card. Let's do the poinsettia next. What did they do with that? Can you reach up there at your shoulder and get me a piece of this cardstock?
The background?
Yeah. Okay, it takes 2 pieces to do this one. Instead of backing this one in another red, this time we're going to back it in the green leaves. Thank you. This time we'll back it in the green leaves. Those little red just pop out. My background ready here. I'm going to cut myself a 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 square to go on my 6 by 6 card. this pretty little pattern that I thought would be nice. But it is nice. Actually, I used it before. Turns out pretty. Yes, you could back it with any green cardstock. And that actually would be a very good idea because of the fact that I've had to open a second pack in order to get all of my cards done. Now, bear in mind, I'm making 2 of each because I already had some done. But yes, the backer papers for the poinsettia and really for all of them to save your duotone paper, you could do the backers in just plain cardstock, since there's nothing that's taking advantage of the dual tone paper there. Okay. That'll give me a really pretty little white border around my card. I'm going to glue our backer down on our cardstock, so that would be a really good use of resources. Alice, I'm glad you mentioned it. I thought about that too. And then I didn't get up and get it, but it would have been a very good idea. Okay, now we're going to start folding our poinsettia, and you just pick a place. Let's see. Yes. The very first layer you choose is the one right next to the cutout. And I don't have much of a place to tuck that in yet. Then I'm going to do the next one. Then I'm going to skip one. I'm skipping one between each. I'm folding these back. But just skipping one layer between. Then I'm going to go to the next section. And this one will fold right into the one I just did. Can you guys see okay what we're doing?
It'd be helpful if you could tip it this way when you fold.
Well, it's kind of hard to tip.
Well, you asked if we could see it.
Fold and tip at the same time. But I'm just taking each layer, tucking one under. If it doesn't tuck far enough, we can always add a little dab of glue there to help hold them over. Just take each one though, fold it back. Put each one, kind of tuck it under the preceding one. And you begin to get this beautiful pattern. Bring this over, tuck it under, skip one ring, take the next ring, fold it over, tuck it under, take the final one in each petal, bring it over, fold it under. A bone folder again could be useful for helping things stay down where they're supposed to be.
Glenn's asking, is the dye in the store?
Yes, it is. And in fact, if you got your newsletter yesterday, Glenn, it's linked in the newsletter. I created a link to this duotone cardstock paper, as well as the 4 dyes that we're demoing today. So it's in your Wednesday newsletter.
Alice is asking, what company makes the background paper on your poinsettia cards?
I've had that roughly since the earth was cooling. And this background paper came from a company called The Paper Company. I have no idea if they're around anymore. I probably had that paper for 10 years. But it was from The Paper Company. It was some I had in the pod and I pulled out and I've started using. So it was in storage for a long time. But I had some beautiful prints by them. They did these gorgeous coordinated prints where all of them were done in the same color family, but they had different designs on all the papers. Really, really beautiful.
She says, so the dinosaur era.
Yeah, right about then. Yeah. Right about then. I was a young thing when the dinosaurs were roaming.
Thelma suggests maybe putting a black piece of paper on your desk behind what you're working and make it easier for them to see.
Okay, we'll try it. Okay, so I'm just going through now and just making sure that everything is tucked under so you get the proper effect from all of these. This littlest one that we're folding back might have to be glued because it doesn't want to stay real well. So I may put just a dab of glue on each of these, this piece right here. I've already glued that down, so now I'm going to go ahead and just outline this. Why am I trying to get glue out of a bottle that looks like this when you brought me a nice fresh one? There's not much left in that. And this one is clogged. I'm getting glue out of my hair. Roberta, you sound just like me. Oh, I like this poinsettia one a lot. I think it's fun and pretty and very elegant looking when you get everything folded back and tucked under. And it's really obvious. You might be concerned about, well, will I know where to tuck it? It's very obvious. You just fold it back and then you'll find somewhere that they have intended for you to tuck it in. This comes with a little berry die for the center. I didn't cut it yet. We'll have to cut that when we cut our next pieces. I'm just going to put a little dab of glue on each one of these smaller pieces because they don't want to stay tucked in very well. But I will lift the design and put it down under so you still get the effect of the layering. There we go. And you can see these are trying to stick up everywhere. I'll just fold that up and tuck that down with just a little glue behind it. You still get this wonderful.
Roberta says, no, it just happens to you. Alice asks, what are your thoughts about using the Hunkydory Duo color pad, the thinner paper for these?
That would be great. It would be great, I think.
Oh, she meant refilling little bottles, not glue in the hair.
Oh. I thought you meant glue in the hair, and that was funny. I'm going with that. Oh. And when I talk to my hairdresser, I have to say, when I look down, my hair has to disappear so I can brush my teeth. And I can do all kinds of things without my hair getting away. All right. This is done except for our center. We'll put our center in it. Oh, no, it's not. We need to put our word on it too. I just cut a little joy to go on there. It would have been better in gold, but I cut it in silver. That's what we're going to get. Margie has been off with the flu. Her granddaughter brought home a nasty, nasty case of the flu from school. And she was only home for one day, and then Margie and James both got it. And it was just a really bad flu. And so here's our original. I did the original. I cut it in red and gold and red and yellow letters, which I think went well with the background. And then I put the berry dye in the center of this one, and I put a little bit of gold stickles just because. But I think they're both pretty. All right. What do we got next? Next we have a wreath. Can you believe these are going so quickly? All right. So, my cutting turned out pretty good on that. All right, I'm going to do the same thing and make myself a background. I'm missing a word. Am I wearing it? There's my piece. There it is. It's on my. Okay. I'm going to make ourselves a little background. Yeah, really, really try to wear a mask if you can and you don't object to it. Wear a mask when you go out and try to avoid a lot of public spaces right now because there are 3 really, really bad germs out there right now. We got COVID, and we got the flu, and then we've got that one that's hitting all the babies, but it's hitting adults too. So do take care of yourself, guys. The flu is just nasty this year. I had a flu shot, so hopefully that will help protect us. If you didn't get one, it's not too late. Yeah, I like that better with a little more color to that this time. Okay, I'll go ahead and put down my background ring on my card. I told Margie, I love you and I miss you, but keep your cooties away. We don't want to see you until you are 100%. None of us wants that. I'm not going to layer perfectly, but I tell you what I did. If I was going to make very many of these, I would actually, instead of trying to get this hole right in the middle with both of them, like I did, like you saw me trying to do, I would take my circle dies and I would decide which die was just smaller than this hole. And I would cut the center out with my circle die so I could be just a little bit smaller than the hole. And it would be a much easier thing to match to. So anyway, all right, we could start wherever. I'm going to pick up this piece and I'm going to fold it back on itself. And I'm actually just going to do a couple of them here to give myself a place to tuck in. There we go. And then I'm going to start working my way around this way. So where I think I found this suggestion here. Does that help, guys? Hope so. Okay. This one actually folds quite a ways back. It actually goes under 2. You can go under all the way under this one. So you could really get a woven pattern here. I'm glad, Glenn. Still be careful at church and stuff, though. Really, really nasty bugs this year. Let's see how that works. We just take that, we fold it back. Let's stick it under all those points. Look at that pretty woven pattern we're getting. Isn't that pretty? Now the wreath die comes with some ornaments, and I'll show you the one I decorated up with ornaments. Good suggestion, I think. But look at that beautiful pattern that's working up, and you can see how easy it is. I mean, guys, I'm just folding back the point and then tucking it under. Fold back the point and tuck it under. This would have taken forever the long way. You know, if you were cutting all this by hand. I'm saving my favorite for last. I like the snowflake the best. Aren't those pretty? So this is Interlace dies from Hunkydory's Moonstone collection. So much easier. They've just come out with some new ones called the Nature series. I ordered them. There's a bee and some others, flower and a bee, and they're all occasion ones, so we'll be getting those in before too long. Getting down to the end here. So now I'll just take this earlier point and tuck it under. And there is our beautiful, let's go back in front of this. This, by the way, is actually quite pretty on the other side too. I think it's pretty on the other side.
Mm-hmm. Looks like a whole different wreath.
It does. It does. So, yeah, at least I didn't tuck under all the way. There we go. There we go. It actually looks beautiful on that black.
Mm-hmm.
Almost wish I'd done it black.
Yeah. It shows up way better on the black. Shows up way better on the black.
It does. But I'm going to go ahead and put it down here where I plan to put it.
Maybe your snowflake on the black.
Maybe.
Since you haven't cut it yet.
And some of these you might decide that you don't want to put the layer behind it. You know, it's your choice. Your choice.
If you use black cardstock, you wouldn't have to.
Yeah. So here's our pretty little wreath. Let's put our piece in there.
Alice likes the flip side of the wreath too.
Yeah, I do too. I think I'll put no outline wreath. Much better success with sticky specs today. I learned an important lesson the other day when I took the lid off and then took the plastic off the top and then ruined my cutout. Yeah, that's true, Thelma. And attack the little beginning of my N, and maybe I'll just leave it. It looks pretty anyway. We need some decoration on here. I think I'd like this one better if I hadn't decorated quite so many colors, but here's the one I did before. I think I'd like it with a few less colors.
I think the red dazzles, again, kind of place like little groupings of berries around it would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Have you heard Bryce? He said, I think you should do it again with the red dazzles like Thelma suggested earlier and put little clusters of berries or something on it. But it'd be fun to... A red bow. There's the thought. Maybe we should do that. Will you cut me a little piece of red, please?
Right.
Thinner, and I'll do like a double bow, not a big old wide one. Yeah, let's put a bow on it. That's what it needs. Good suggestion. Okay, we got one. Believe it or not, we only have one left to do. We're going to put a red satin bow on it because that's what I have handy. But I think that'll be beautiful. Okay, Bryce comes to the rescue with ribbon. Let's put in, I'm going to do a 4-5-4. Okay, we might have to just get serious about this. Down here in this drawer and up behind me, that drawer, there's a file of Christmas stickers. Could you get in there and find the red dazzle stickers, please? Could have even been a little bigger, I think. But it should be kind of right towards the front, I think. I'm going to make another one for the other card.
Here's some. This might look nicely. I don't know.
Oops, just going to tell them.
Some little cute ornaments on that one.
Okay. Bryce wants me to use these ornaments off another sheet.
That's just what I found.
There should be red dazzles in the very...
Well, yes, there should be, but I think you used them.
No. Okay, look in the red. There's another folder there that has colored stickers. You might find them in there. Well, I don't know why these are pulling apart like they are. Maybe they're made to do that.
I do have a red cardinal.
No, I don't want a cardinal.
I didn't mean the cardinal. I meant all the little starry things.
This must be made to layer these. I don't have the patience or the time to do those right now. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Now, this does come with the little dies to make the ornaments too. I don't want you to forget that, but we're just doing our own thing. A pine cone would be neat. Just in case you guys wondered if I really loved the Let It Snow collection. All 30 of your cards were also done in Let It Snow. A pine cone would be neat. Yes, I'm not looking for a pine cone, however. The berries do look good, though. I gotta say, the berries are gonna look good. Just remember, guys, just a little brief reminder here that the manager special goes through tomorrow night, and you can get those Let It Snow papers for half price. between now and then. The 8x8 end up being $6, maybe 25. And the 12x12, I think, are $10.50. And then you can also get the prints and solids and the ephemera. Those are already retired, so I didn't go quite as deep with the discount, but those are out there too. This is gorgeous. I just gotta say, I like this so much better than the original. Okay, there we go. How's that? Here's the original, which was still fun. Too many colors, I think. Needed a bow. I could do a bow for that one. But the remake is so much better. So much better. Hi, Kathy, girly girl. We'll do a 515, make this one a little bigger. I think the last one could have been just a little bigger. Red. Oops, that didn't work. Didn't have it folded very well. There we go. There we go. I'll put a bow on this one too. Make it prettier. You guys were dead on right. The bow makes all the difference. Look at that.
Mhm.
That makes all the difference. So there we are again. Here's our two wreaths. Still like the one with the berries better, but that's so much better.
Mhm.
So much better. Okay. And you didn't see any gold in that folder, did you? This would be really fun with gold dazzles in the center of it. If you happen to see some. All right. We're going to do my favorite of these. My favorite.
Remember to cut the background in black.
I don't know. I think it's awfully pretty. Look. I'm going to take that poinsettia. We're going back to the dazzles again. And I'm going to take medium dazzles and put a cluster of medium dazzles in the center of this poinsettia, because I think it'd be pretty. They have a little berry dye too. They didn't leave us high and dry. They gave us a little berry dye, but I just think this would be pretty. A little cluster of berries in there. Finish it off. Come on. They seem to be thicker impaired today. It's like they don't want to stick. Now I don't know where it went. It's probably in my hair. Seriously, probably is in my hair. Like a couple more even. You guys know we have all the peel stickers. And you could use peel stickers for your words on these if you wanted to, of course. Okay. Now our poinsettia has little pretties in the center. There's one more. Balance that out. Come on. I could be here all day fooling around with these, but it does look pretty. Okay. So we got our joy. Now we're going to do our Noel. Oh, I guess this time, I don't know if my words are going to fit this time. I might have to I don't know, piece will fit over here. It'll fit. Okay, we'll get our cutting die out here. And I'm going to cut my base layer in blue. And of course I need the outline to do that. And then I'm going to cut my background because I decided to do it that way. I'm going to cut my background in Silver Mary because it looks beautiful when you do that. Okay, so I'm going to dig in my cardstock supply here. Get that pretty blue out. This is actually 2 packs of cardstock, so don't get excited about getting this much. You get half this much. I just ran out of green because I was being silly and didn't use other things for backgrounds. Okay. There's the blue. So I will start by putting both my interlace die and my background die on the blue, because of course you need the background die to cut it out. And get those nice and centered. Tape that down. Let's run that through our machine. What do I do with my plates? Clear over here. there's my background die, or my interlace die all ready to go. It's got a few little punch outs on it. Not much, just a few little things. A pin here. Okay. Every other snowflake has a, or tying on the snowflake has a little punch out. And the alternating tines have punch outs on the ends. So there's our die for that. Now we need to figure out why this is sticky. And I'm going to run just the shadow die through with mirror board. Set a piece of mirror out here. So isn't this kind of a quick and easy, fun way to generate some interesting and unusual cards that are very pretty? A little crummy there. Now, if this wasn't mostly getting covered up, I would take a piece of copy paper and put over this before I ran this through my machine, because my plates are well loved at this point, and the little grooves off my plates can actually emboss into my mirror board. It doesn't matter in this one because it's mostly getting covered up, but just a good hint there. Once your plates start getting worn, protect your mirror board when you run it through. Okay, you should be done with our cutting machine at this point. Let's see, it's not too bad here, but I do have a few little nicks and crannies that are put in there by residue on my mats. So it's, again, it's mostly getting covered up. It doesn't matter on this one. But this is what we're going to do. And we're going to have our silver in the background. We need one more inked up card. Pretty ink on our card base. All right, let's get our black cardstock out here, and we'll start working our way through this. So We're going to start wherever we want to. I'm going to start on this little point, and I'm going to tuck this point under the point on the cutout. Now I'm going to take this one. I love the way these two blues play together. This is pretty. Isn't that pretty? I can do the same thing on the other side. Just tuck it under the little point. Fold this one back. Tuck it under the little point. Fold this one back. And tuck it under the little point.
So you can really do this with any double-sided paper.
Yes, you can. As long as it's not too heavy. If it's too heavy, you're going to have a hard time doing it. But you could really use just about any double-sided paper. You are correct about that. Okay. This has a little tiny triangle. I grab that triangle and fold it back on itself to create a little diamond there at the end. I'm going to grab this one. It's supposed to fold into that diamond. You know what? I don't think I was supposed to fold that back. I think that's supposed to be the catcher for this piece. And we'll glue that back down. That's just a catcher. That little diamond on the end is not intended to fold back. I just decided that's just the catcher to tuck this other one into. I'll glue it down and then done. It'll be fine. Here we go. Can you guys see okay? Thelma's black paper idea was a really good one. I think you can see way better than you could against my light color desk. Look how pretty that's turning out, guys. Take these.
Going to the mail.
And tuck that in. These are fun to do. It's kind of almost zen to fold these little things back and tuck them in. I could see myself just sitting and doing this, making a bunch of them and sitting and doing this. This would be a great group Christmas card because they go together so fast, but they are impressive looking. Yes. Beautiful. Yeah, this would probably, just thinking about what you're saying there, Thelma, this would probably be very pretty done white on white. Okay, we have all of our little tuck-ins done. Isn't that pretty? But it's even prettier when we get it in front of the silver. So I'm going to, I think I might attach this with sticky specks. I could probably glue that, but I might get glue residue on my mirror board. And I think I'd prefer, even though it's a big piece, to put my sticky specks on it, just so I don't end up with glue on my Mary. Looks like a good way to get those all sealed down good too while I put it under that paper. You'll notice I did not peel the top off this time. Okay. Just a little bit around the edge and smoothing. Right. And my shadow is exactly the same size as my top piece. So once I get it started, it should fit down really nicely, and it does. Okay. I have to admit it's actually really pretty on the black. Is that one where I kind of messed up the point? I'm gonna hold this up a little, glue this down, and put a little bit of glue under this point. Get that to stay. Isn't that beautiful? Bryce wanted me to do it on black, and I said, no, I like the blue, but it would have been pretty. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to put me some rhinestones on it, because you just must. So I'm going to put my piece down first. Get some sticky specks on that. Still have the little piece in the E. I just used to poke that out. Put my piece down here in the corner. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down now. Okay. Put that on. And then I'm going to use one of these big jewels in the center. I'm going to use littler jewels. On these blue points. And maybe on the back further. Oops, stop. These blue points, that's where I'll put them. That one came off the adhesive. We'll glue down for it. What do you think? Hi, Mary Lynn. Good to see you. Beautiful, huh? Let's take a look at what we've done here today. Beautiful. We should probably decorate that first tree. We didn't do that. Let's go back to that tree. And let's put some jewel dazzles on it. I think they might stick better than the rhinestones did. There's actually some little dots on the sides that I'm covering up with these dazzles. You decorate this in any way you want to, obviously. And if you wanted to put a few up the middle, you can. Okay, there's our tree. It was our first one. Bryce didn't like the colors of this one at all, so I did it much more subdued this time. So there's the tree. This was the first die in the set to sell out at the distributors, which I found interesting. There's the tree. Here's our poinsettias that we did. Oops. My original inspiration card in my remake. Here are our wreaths, the original. And these dies do come, you get 3 ornament dies on the set. And our remake with our berries. I love that. Actually, I love that a lot. And then we just now did the snowflakes. One says Noel, one says peace. These dies again come from the word dies, come from the Lisa Horton craft dies. It's called the Layered Holiday Sentiments. So they're pretty fun to have around. All right. Let me show you what I worked on last night. I finished it. I'm only waiting at this point. We'll get the kit put together as quickly as we can, but I am waiting on an order to come in from Graphic 45 because I decided that I wanted to decorate the outside of my album in rose papers from the the flower market collection. I kept calling it the flower shop collection yesterday. It's actually the flower market collection. And so I want to do the outside of my album in rose papers from the collection, and I ordered some separate sheets of rose papers for our kits. So those are still coming. But just to explain again what my thoughts were here, you've heard me talking a couple times about doing a crafter's journal a place where I can record some of the projects that I've done during the year. I want to take a picture. It doesn't have to be a big picture. I want to take a picture of it and put a picture and just a couple of bullet points about the projects. I can put the picture on the colored side if I want to, depending on how many bullet points I have to do. But I want to take a photo, and then I want to put just some basic information like anything I learned about making this project that makes it easier to do, cut this first, or where I got the pattern. It's so frustrating when you do a project you really love, and you can't remember where you got the pattern for it. So where I got the pattern, any information that will help me to make that project again. And so I cut up all of my extra papers for this, and I created these little postcards to go in here. And every page in my calendar journal that I'm creating for 2023 has pockets on it. Every page has one or more pockets. So I think they only have one, but every page has a pocket. Most months have 3 pages. January and December have 4 because they get the front cover too. And this is a pocket over here also. So the papers just turn out beautiful. I've now finished my work on this, and I used all of my flower market ephemera in my book. I should have plenty of room to write about any and all projects that I want to do. Everything I want to talk about or take a picture and just include in my pockets. February's viola. It's pretty. March is daffodils. The kits for these, Heartfelt or Graphic 45 is pretty fast in sending our stuff. I hope they're here by next week because I want to get these to you in plenty of time to do this as our project the first of the year. If it looks like it's going to be too delayed in getting here, I may go ahead and just do the cover pages separately and get the books to you. Daisy is April. May is the lily. But these are so pretty, just taking the ephemera in some cases and gluing to the cards. Made beautiful note cards. But you can see even these little stamps have now become pockets. Everything gets a pocket. Here's one of my pieces of ephemera. I just used some black Stampers card to create my note cards. I wanted to keep with the theme of black trim. So I can either add my notes in by typing them up and putting them on the back, or I can use a gel pen, which actually would be kind of fun because we're all kind of like little kids and we love to see ink show up on black paper. But I love the way that some of the pieces of ephemera turned out on my little note cards. Just so pretty. Pretty. June was roses. July. I don't remember what July is. It's July. Larkspur. It's a fun project to do. It's not difficult. I will tell you, it's time consuming. It is a time consuming project to do because you have all of in the flower market collection, all of these pieces are cutouts, but it's good. It's easy cutting. Don't let that worry you. It's easy cutting. But look how beautiful. Look at this way this ephemera looks on the tag. Just gorgeous. And just really, really pretty. So I'm going to have a lot of fun through the entire year using this book. This is going to be a lot of fun. And at the end of the year, I'm going to be able to go back and look and see, some of the major projects I've done. I'm not going to try and photograph every card I make this year. That would be crazy. But the major projects that I've done, just take a little photo and then write my bullet points. So I have a record of my crafting for an entire year. And you could use this for something other than a crafting journal if you wanted to. I mean, if you wanted to use it as a regular calendar, you absolutely could do that. With the tags notebook, the flower market papers, the flower market ephemera, and the black cardstock, it's running about $60. So you may need to save up a little between now and when those kits come out so that you'll be able to feel like you can splurge on that. Lots of us get money for Christmas or budget for Christmas, and it sure would be a beautiful year-long thing that you could do with your crafting dollars. So I just love it. I just love it. I love the way the ephemera worked out on things. I just love it. I'm very, very happy with the way it's turning out. And I'm anxious now to get the cover on it. I didn't want to tear up another kit or two kits. I need two pieces. Well, I guess it'd be one kit. I didn't want to tear up another kit to get the cover done. So I'm waiting for those paper packs to come in. But there we go. It's very fun. I am going to try to remember when I put my cover on this time to put some satin ribbons under my cover pieces so I can tie this off, because I can see this getting really full as the year goes on. There we go. There is my tags journal, my crafting journal for 2023. We'll get the cover decorated and get moving on with that. What kinds of questions, comments, or pearls of wisdom do you guys have for me today? You want to see my scrap? This is what I had left. I actually had laid this out to see if I could use strips of these flowers to make my own cover paper, but they're not quite wide enough to pull it off. This is what I have left for scrap. Nothing wider than 1.5 inches. That's all I have left. If you haven't already hit the like button, please hit the like button. Let everybody know that this is a good place to hang out and learn things. And if you aren't already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. We've got some great projects ahead for you. Oh, yeah, Kathy, that'd be a great idea. These actually would be gorgeous bookmarks, wouldn't they? Maybe laminate them to some heavier paper. That would be beautiful. They'd be beautiful bookmarks. Put a little satin. Yeah. Absolutely. Yes, it would be a good birthday card journal. It sure would. Okay. So tonight we have going up the Friday sale starting at midnight tonight. There's some great stuff in it as always. And Saturday we'll be back with another project. And we will be crafting beginning at 2:00 p.m. Pacific time and 5 p.m. Eastern time. Great idea, Kathy. I might have to do that with these. And if there are no questions, comments, or pearls of wisdom, I think I'm going to go ahead and say good night, Gracie. See you guys Saturday.